So let's talk about some written samples. And so you've done some really great work during your tenure here in the communication department. Written examples are required for your process of turning in for this portfolio. You need 3 different media writing samples of your own work. Some of those examples, you already have them, so let's clarify what that's like. Some written examples from Comm 2300, Comm 2310. If you've written for the University Echo, some of your mock news scripts, or other written work created specifically for some form of media. Also, let's kick it over to Jim to tell you a little bit more about some of those visual samples.
You know, in talking about the writing samples, some of you may have taken Comm 2300 from me. It's a required class, so I know you've taken it. So those are important, but you also need to have visual examples. Communication is both written and visual. So some of you may have taken Comm 3350, Intro to Publication Design, or you could have taken web design. So we want to see your visual work because so much of communication is done visually these days. So you need to print out and provide us a hard copy of the following: a PowerPoint presentation you design, the web page you design, screen captures of that, design projects or printed literature. If you've done publication design 1 or 2, you should have been able to produce some work in that. If you've worked for the Echo and done page design, you may have some work that works there. Photographs, any photographs you've shot. If you've taken photojournalism here or done work for the Echo or have done your own photography, be sure to include that. And if you've done stuff that's available on the website, make sure you're giving us a shortened URL electronic link to any kind of video work you've done, audio work you've done, if you've worked on podcasting, if you've worked on Mox News stuff, stuff that you shot and are edited. And you need to give us a printed description. You need to give us a description so that we know what we're looking at and what role you had in producing that, along with a link so that we can view it as we assess your application. As you continue, make sure that you're giving us the links to that, and that will help us as we assess this. Nicole.
So speaking of your assessment and thinking about some of the work that you've turned in, whether it's your written example or your visual examples, we're asking you to think about when you turn in your examples, like label it, like tell us your role in and some of the descriptions you need to do. So here are examples that we're suggesting that you do provide when it comes to your role in providing a description of every sample that you provide. So look at the screen here. This is a news story written for the Echo. I conducted the interviews and wrote the story. Here's another example. This is a blank for Comm blank. I conducted blank and blank. Or here's another example. This is a brochure for my student organization. I helped edit and did the copy and did the layout design. You know, these are just some clear examples that you can use for your descriptions, and they will be able to assist you. These descriptions are also listed on the Comm website. And so we hope that you find these samples very, very helpful. Jim?